Hi future WEVA high school students and parents. I'm Emily, I'm 17 and I'm a junior. I'm also student council treasurer, and this was my first year at a virtual high school. So sit back, relax, and prepare to take an inside look at a day in the life of a WEVA high school student. Now, when I organize my day, it's not the same every day. Some days I'll wake up and I'll only do a couple things after I eat breakfast, and I'll just have a lazy day. Other days I'll be a workaholic, I'd like to say, and I would just wipe out an entire week's worth of coursework. It's really different depending on the person. There's no right or wrong way to do anything, so don't get discouraged if a friend is way ahead of you, but because they just may be working ahead.
So something else that I use to organize my classes are these ginormous binders. I put my notes in there and my homework assignments, and I stay completely organized. So one of the main things I use to organize my day is this little notebook. It's full of empty blank pages like this. And for each class I write down the week's worth of assignments, like this for AP Psychology. And as I go along and I finish things, I like to cross them off because it's more of a visual thing with me. So that's an example right there. And that one's almost completely crossed off, which is a good thing, because that's what you want. So one of the ways we use to communicate with our teachers is IM. So it is spring break right now, so none of the teachers are online, but for example, what you could do is, this is Mrs. Cherney. She is a great math teacher. Click on her name, and a little chat box pops up. So if she were to be online, then you could send her a message and ask her about a homework problem that you're having trouble with, and she can answer really, really fast. So that's something to look forward to. Another way you can communicate with your teachers is by Kmail. Kmail is just a simplified version of email, so the only difference is that you can't delete your messages, you can only archive them, so you can always go back and look at one if you didn't mean to delete it. So, let's see. To send a Kmail, all you have to do is click on New Kmail, and a little window pops up. Then you search up here, and you can look at tons and tons of different teachers. You can send it to any K-12 teachers or WEVA teachers. Although your classes are online, you do get some hands-on materials like books. For example, my classes I get this book. Has some cool little poems in there and some stories. I get a physics book. Physics. And this one is really nice too. You also get ones for your AP classes, like AP US History. This book is really heavy. And AP Psychology. Now, being in physics, you get a lab or a box of lab supplies sent to you, and you actually do get to do a lot of hands-on labs. For example, you get to use a ramp kit, which is pretty fun. They send you graduated cylinder, even a thermometer. Some things in there. Let's look at all of that good stuff. And yeah, you get hands-on with Weeva, which is awesome. These are all your classes right here. For example, I have British and World Literature, AP Psychology, Pre-Calc/Trig, Health, and Physics. These two right here, Online Learning and Finding Your Path, those are just introductory courses that everyone has to take every year just to familiarize yourself with the system. They show you your days since your last login, how many things you have to do, and your grades. Now, something that's a little bit different from middle school is you actually get grades. Let's click on Gradebook. And you can see I have a 90%, which is pretty good, actually. So let's say on this essay I got 100 out of 100. So you can click on that and get more information about it. Sometimes the teacher will write a comment here, or like an attachment like right here, where you can click on that. And she puts all her comments in here, so you can see all the corrections and all that good stuff. So, one more thing is that you do have some deadlines for your grades. We have a late due date. Now, that is a Sunday, once every month, where any work from this date to this date, that can be turned in for full credit up to that date. And if it's not turned in, then it's a permanent 0, no exceptions. So it's probably a good idea to get your work done before that Sunday. Another tip is you don't want to put off all your work until that late due date, because you're going to be stressed out, your teachers are going to be stressed out, and it's just not a pretty sight. Another cool thing about Weeva is that you don't always have to work inside your home. You can work out here, outside, in your backyard, go to a park, a library, or any other fun place you want to work. If you have your parents' car and you can legally drive, you can go get lunch wherever you want, or you can use your fridge and eat whatever you'd like. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned a lot so that you can make the right choice and choose Weeva.